So this is Richard Carranza here at Energy Drone Summit, and Houston Energy Industry News is interviewing Rich Schutte with Percepto. And Rich, you're going to tell us about your drone today, is that right?
Yeah, so today I'm going to go over the drone in the box, Rich from Percepto. So we're going to open it up here in a second. So audio visual when it opens up. What we have here, fully weatherproofed housing for the drone. And it can survive 150 mile-an-hour winds when it's closed, and also provides heating and cooling to the drone, so it keeps it nice and toasty or nice and cool in there. The drone itself centered with some data ports on the side, so we bring power into the drone and data out of the drone through there, so it never has to leave the box unless it's to fly. Fully capable beyond visual line of sight. Every one that we sell in America will have a parachute on top of it, as well as a beacon, so full night compliance too. The wiper arms here is self-centered the drone, so it lands in the same spot every time, and the housing can retract over top. And then on the drone for payload-wise, we have a dual payload. You're going to have a visual camera and then a thermal camera as well. So they both operate at the same time, so you get two flights for one, essentially, visual and thermal. And then in the software that we have, we can aggregate all that data together and produce reports for you. So the drone flies, takes off, captures the data, lands, the data comes down through the downlink, goes up into the cloud, and you get a report out the next morning, whatever your turnaround is. Everything operates through LTE, so there is no controller as a normal sense.
LTE?
Or through the internet, through satellites.
Everything operates through the internet?
Yep.
Okay.
So no controllers. There is a secondary LTE modem on board too. So if for some reason the first one would go out, the second one comes down to you in a phone message, and you can control it that way to safe land.
Oh, so you gotta have your own independent internet connection.
So we have a modem on board with it, and you put a SIM card in that connects to the cell towers.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So ideally, once full BD loss waivers are a thing, or we get around that, we can fly the drone from anywhere in the world, and the drone can be in one spot, and we can be in another. So I could be in back on the East Coast, I could fly one in Australia or in Israel, and then see the data live, what it's capturing as well.
Uplinked through your own modem.
On board the drone.
On board the drone. Wow, that's incredible.
Yep.
Well, you were saying it has a dual payload. Can you explain a little bit about what those type of payloads are? Ultraviolet, infrared,
Yep.
I don't know.
So we have a standard visual payload, and then we also have a thermal payload too, so IR payload. So we have two palettes, a black-white palette or grayscale, and then also an iron bow, and that nice purple orange palette for the industrial. So you get both side by side, and then you can also look at either one, compare the two.
Okay, so how do you do with methane gas and all these other emission standard type things? Are you guys getting involved with much of that?
Yeah, so we're working on some new payloads that would be relevant to that. And we're going to have some new announcements of some new products coming out on November 17th.
That's gonna talk a little bit more about that.
Some new products that we have coming out.
Yeah.
Will be more geared towards industrial.
More towards those clearless, those clear gases and.
But VOCs, volatile organic.
VOCs, yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. So, what would you say is the most pronounced characteristic of your drone little housing unit here, that it can even house it and keep it safe? What would you say is the most outstanding feature of this system?
And so it's weatherproof.
Weatherproof.
Yep. So then we've had it third-party tested in Florida in a wind tunnel, and it survived 150 mile-an-hour winds.
Hurricane force.
Hurricane force winds. So it can be the first eyes on set without actually having a person on set to risk that person.
Sure. That's true.
I think that's the biggest feature of it.
Anybody else got these little housing things?
There's some out there. Some of the ones, and I think there's even some here too, that are agnostic, so they work with any drone. They're not going to provide that command and control, and then some of them you still have to swap batteries on. Right? So this is a full self-contained unit here.
True.
Yep. with the software side to back it up as well.
That you can just email the report to the client anytime they want it.
Yep, client, the email actually we can push to your email as well. So you don't even have to go into the software. You just wake up in the morning, see it.
Wow. I like that. Hey man, thanks a lot. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.